Okay, so John Cena, most people know him from wrestling, right?
No,
WWE icon.
absolutely. Big name.
And he just defended his undisputed WWE championship this past Saturday. Big news there.
Yep. Against Randy Orton at Backlash. Still going strong.
But there's another story kind of developing here, something beyond the ring that we really wanted to dig into today.
Yeah, it's about a personal health battle he went through. And now he's got this really important message he's trying to share specifically about men's skincare.
Right. And we're drawing this from some pretty recent info. There's a briefing document and a news piece from May 12th, 2025.
Exactly. And they detail Cena's own experience with skin cancer and how that sort of pushed him into this advocacy role for, well, better skin health among men.
It's quite a shift, isn't it? From wrestling champ to skincare advocate.
It is, but it shows how, personal experience can really drive public figures to highlight these important issues.
So let's get into it. The core fact is John Cena was diagnosed with skin cancer, and not just once.
Twice. Yeah, that's the really striking part. Twice.
He actually talked about getting that specific phone call, the one confirming the biopsy was cancerous, and getting it 2 separate times.
Wow. Imagine hearing that news twice. He apparently said it was a sobering experience.
I bet. He also mentioned it prompted him to change his life. That's pretty powerful stuff.
It really is. That kind of life event, it often becomes a catalyst, Makes you want to warn others, share what you learned.
And do we know where the cancer was found?
Yes. The sources specify his left pectoral muscle, for one.
Okay.
And the other spot was on his left upper trapezius muscle.
So not necessarily the places you'd immediately think of for sun exposure, maybe.
Exactly. It really drives home that it can appear in less obvious spots. We need to be vigilant everywhere.
And how was the first one even caught?
That's another key detail. It was found during a routine visit to the dermatologist.
Just a regular checkup.
Just a regular checkup. It really, it just underlines how crucial those appointments are. Maybe something people, especially guys, put off sometimes.
Yeah, that seems to tie directly into his advocacy work now, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. He's been pretty clear that he thinks men need to focus more on skincare.
He made a point, didn't he, about how women are maybe traditionally more dialed into this.
He did observe that, and it raises interesting questions, right? About societal norms, maybe historical ideas around masculinity and self-care.
Like it wasn't seen as a manly thing to worry about lotions and sunblock.
Perhaps. Or just not a priority. Cena seems to be tackling that perception head-on. He actually said, men especially are becoming more conscious of self-care.
Okay, so he sees some progress.
Yeah, but he follows it up with, I just think we need to make it more commonplace. Meaning skincare specifically needs more attention within that broader self-care trend.
Right, normalize it. So men might be hitting the gym more, thinking about wellness generally, but the skin aspect is lagging.
That seems to be his point, and that's where he uses this analogy, comparing using SPF to going to the gym.
Oh yeah, tell us about that. How does he frame that?
It's quite clever, actually. He says, let me get this right. If someone uses SPF because they don't want to get wrinkles, it's like someone going to the gym saying, I want to be ripped.
Okay, so starting with an aesthetic goal. Makes sense.
Exactly. But then he continues, but being ripped is essentially making healthier choices. So you can go to the gym for aesthetic purposes, but the reward of training goes far more than just aesthetic beauty. I think SPF is in the same lane.
Ah, I see. So the initial hook might be superficial, avoiding wrinkles or getting ripped, but the real payoff is the deeper health benefit.
Precisely. You start using SPF maybe because you don't want lines, but the crucial underlying benefit is, reducing your risk of skin cancer. Just like lifting weights has cardiovascular benefits beyond just muscle definition.
That's a really smart way to put it. It connects to maybe more immediate motivations while still pointing to the long-term health win. Very relatable.
It really is. It makes preventative health feel less abstract, maybe. Tap into vanity to promote vitality kind of thing.
And this isn't just seen as opinion, right? The sources back this up with some hard data.
Oh, definitely. The American Academy of Dermatology Association, the ADA, provides some pretty sobering statistics themselves.
What do they find?
Well, the standout stat is men are more likely to die of melanoma than women. This is true at any age.
More likely to die from it.
Yeah.
Not just get it, but die from it.
Exactly. At any age. That's a really significant and concerning disparity.
Wow. And does the ADA offer a reason why that might be the case?
They do. They suggest it's because men don't protect their skin as often because they aren't as aware of the risks of skin cancer.
So it comes back to awareness again, just like Cena's saying.
Precisely. If you're not aware of the danger, you're less likely to take precautions, right? Less sunscreen, maybe fewer checkups.
It all connects. And Cena, with his platform, he's in a unique position to help close that awareness gap.
Hugely valuable, especially reaching demographics that might not typically engage with health messaging.
And it's just great to see him back in action doing what he does best in the ring after dealing with this.
Yeah, successfully defending that WWE championship. It sends a powerful message of resilience, doesn't it?
For sure. It shows you can face serious health issues and come back strong. Adds weight to his words, I think.
Definitely. It makes the message even more authentic and impactful.
Okay, so let's kind of wrap this up. We've looked at John Cena's personal battle with skin cancer, diagnosed twice. A real life changer for him.
Yeah, and how that fueled his mission to get men thinking more seriously about skincare and sun protection.
We talked about his analogy, SPF being like the gym, where the initial goal might be looks, but the real prize is long-term health.
And we touched on those stark statistics from the ADA, highlighting that men face a higher mortality risk from melanoma, often linked to lower awareness and protection habits.
Right. It really underscores the need for regular skin checks, using sun protection consistently. Things that benefit everyone, but maybe need extra emphasis for men based on the data.
It certainly challenges some assumptions about self-care and who focuses on what.
Absolutely. So, for everyone listening, hopefully this look at John Cena's story serves as a good reminder. Be proactive about your skin health.
And it leaves us with a broader thought, doesn't it? How often do we think about the real long-term health reasons behind our daily habits, or maybe the habits we don't have?
That's a great point.
Cena used aesthetics as a potential gateway to talk about cancer prevention. What other everyday choices could we reframe? Maybe look at not just for the immediate result, but for the lasting impact on our well-being down the road. Something to think about.